The guard duo of the decade. Catch a dime, family. The moment we have been waiting for since 2019 has finally happened. For 7 years, the media has tried to tell us that Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers were rivals.
The first chapter of Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers. That happened yesterday. Unfortunately, the game was relatively over after the first quarter. Fever won 102-83 in a blowout. Caitlin Clark had 14 points, 13 assists, 5 steals, and a block. And Paige Bueckers had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. It was fun to watch these two. Their games are so different, and yet they both have such high-level potential for what their careers will ultimately look like in the WNBA.
They pinned them against each other in the Final Four. They compared their NIL deals, and they analyzed every single box score to see who was the real number one. Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers didn't just share a roster for Team USA. Today, we are breaking down the Team USA shock that saw these two generational talents unite for a perfect 5-0 sweep. The Not Gonna Lie interview where Paige finally addressed the manufactured hate, and why this reunion is the ultimate teaser for the biggest opening night in WNBA. Enemies, you weren't paying attention. Let's dive into the reunion that just changed the landscape of basketball. We are friends. Paige silences the noise. Before they ever stepped on the floor in San Juan, Paige Bueckers decided to clear the air. Appearing on the Not Gonna Lie podcast, Paige addressed the elephant in the room. Everybody has pinned me and Caitlin against each other for the longest time, and we are cool. We are friends. Me and Caitlin even played together on the junior Olympic level when we were younger.
And they made the beautiful pass.
To see it all come into fruition, it's meaningful. Paige didn't stop there. She directly called out the fans and the media for trying to force a conflict where there isn't one. She admitted that while the fan bases might really hate each other, she and Caitlin are actually cool.
She thought that was an offensive foul. Let's take another look on the other end. She thought it was an offensive foul when she heard it was against Clark, one of the best passers there is in basketball. This time, gonna do it herself by Monique Billings. 8 points, 5 rebounds for her already in this game as she got.
This isn't just PR talk. If you watch the footage from Puerto Rico, you see two players who speak a telepathic basketball language. When Paige says it's meaningful to live out these dreams together, she's talking about the shared burden of being the faces of a movement. They aren't rivals, they are peers in a very exclusive club. The San Juan TakeOver MVP. Caitlin. The reunion wasn't just a feel-good story. It was a tactical destruction of the competition.
Oh, yeah! And one!
Team USA finished the round-robin stage undefeated, and it was Caitlin Clark who took home the TISO MVP trophy. The scoring mattered, but the rhythm mattered more. Clark made the most out of her 22 minutes, directing offensive production with aplomb. She was the clear choice for tournament MVP. Caitlin averaged 11.6 points and a tournament-best 6.4 assists. But look at who she was assisting. There were multiple sequences where Caitlin would draw the double team at the logo and whip a pass to a cutting Paige Bueckers for the easy 2. Paige finished her debut with 7 points and 3 assists in limited minutes, showing while Caitlin runs the engine. Coach Kara Lawson said it best. They bring a new kind of excitement to the sport. By the time they beat Spain 84-70 in the finale, the CC to PB connection was the most feared play in international basketball. The May 9th, Collision Fever versus Wings. Here's the catch.
Only shooting 67% from 3.
Clark on a step back, buries a three. Mitchell putting on the moves, runs into a double team, tried to flip it back to Fagbenle, who just does save it. She'll fire from the corner and hit a three. But Holt tracks it down. Second effort, she'll bounce Boston. Extra pass, Wheeler is open and splashes home a three.
The reunion in San Juan was the honeymoon phase. The friendship gets put on ice for 40 minutes. The Indiana Fever are set to host the Dallas Wings for the regular season opener at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This isn't just a game. It is a historic gathering of elite talent. The home opener will mark the first time since 2016 that the Fever and Wings meet on opening night, featuring the last 4 #1 draft picks, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, and Dallas's 2026 selection. Think about the stakes. Caitlin and Paige just spent 2 weeks building chemistry, habits, and connections in the USA jersey.
She thought that was an offensive foul. Was taking another look on the other end. She thought it was an offensive foul when she heard it was against Clark, one of the best passers there is in basketball. This time, gonna do it herself by Monique Billings. 8 points, 5 rebounds for her already in this game as she got.
Now they have to use that knowledge against each other. Caitlin knows exactly how Paige likes to defend the screen. Paige knows exactly when Caitlin is about to pull up from the logo. Opening night isn't just a game. It's the ultimate test of the besties. The road to Berlin. Visual note. End with a montage of them in USA jerseys holding the flag. The reunion in San Juan was just the beginning. The FIBA World Cup in Berlin is coming in September, and after what we saw in March, the gold medal feels like a formality. Caitlin and Paige have officially cemented themselves as the new faces of USA basketball. They've proven they can play together, they've proven they can win together, and they've proven that the rivalry is a figment of our imagination. But I want to hear from you, Catch a Dime family. Did the Team USA reunion change how you feel about the Fever Wings rivalry? Do you think Caitlin and Paige should start together in the backcourt in Berlin? Drop your favorite basketball emoji in the comments below. Hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed. The engine is restarted, the reunion is complete, and we'll see you in the next one.